The first time ever I had goosebumps caused by a reverb, it was in 2011. That's when I bought my Powercore from TC Electronic. Which was the reverb, you ask? It was the VSS3. And today I'm going to compare it to the native version. But first, if you want to discover how to improve your mixes and masters in less than 10 minutes, get your free cheat sheet here. The link should pop in the top corner of your screen. Recently, TC Electronic launched some awesome plugins which they say are based on their System 6000. I already made a review of how the native version of MD3 sounds to me, and people seemed to enjoy it. Someone awesome even said that it would be cool if I could compare the reverb too. Well, I say, let's do it. I feel like I forgot something. Oh, got it. It's my awesome intro. To give you some background information, TC Electronics says that the native VSS3 is a virtual space simulation reverb, based on the legendary and award-winning System 6000, which you can use for mixing and post-production. And the keyword here is based on the System 6000. By the way, System 6000 from TC Electronic is one of the best systems used for mastering, audio production, but it is also used in the movie industry and post-production. And here we have some more information on the VSS3 Native, which can help you move from 2D to 3D, adding the softest and cleanest ambience to your audio productions with highly transparent and harmonically rich sonic sound fields. I could confirm this after using the VSS3 Powercore version for more than 10 years now. And now I really hope I could have the same reverb in the native world. So let's test the VSS3 Native. To do that, first let's send the trial license to the iLock account. Let's activate the license and then go here and install the software. And here you can see that there are two versions. I didn't test this, but I believe the version 1.2.0 is the previously released native version of VSS3, which has the same interface as the Powercore version. The more recent version is the 2.0. And now, heads up, before you install the newest version, I must warn you about something. In case you have a Powercore and use the 32 Lives plugin in order to have the Powercore plugins in your DAW, if you will install the new VSS3 native software, your Powercore version of the VSS3 might not work. Let me explain. After I installed the new VSS3, I could not make the Powercore version to work in my case. I think I'll have to install the Powercore software again or something. But for this comparison, I did have a JBridge version of the VSS3 Powercore, which helped. So please be aware of this in case you encounter problems after installing the new VSS3 Native. Now that you know this, let's move on. And here's how the new VSS3 Native looks compared with the Powercore version. Let's check out really quick the sections of the reverb. In the main window we have the master reverb section, where you can customize the decay, the reverb delay and so on, but also the levels. Next we have the early reflections section, where you can change different environments according to your needs. And then you can customize the reverb type and color in the next section, but also the reverb decay plus the band's crossover. In the next section, you can customize the reverb and space modulations. So this is a quick presentation of the sections of the VSS3 Native. And in this case, you can choose and assign the settings you want to have a quick access to. Next, if you click here, you can select different presets. You see here, it says film and music. That's because there are audio engineers that use VSS3 also in film and post-production. So let's choose the same preset on both plugins. The first thing you'll notice is that the numbers are slightly different, like for example the high cut. And if I try to match the numbers, I cannot do it. Also, in this section, in the VSS3 the Powercore version, we have an extra feature, the early low cut. And the early position is also different. Again, if you look at some values, they are different and I cannot change them to match. I'm showing you this so that you can take this info into consideration when we'll actually compare the two plugins. After I chose the same preset on both plugins, the native version had the dry signal hitting louder than the Powercore version, so I adjusted the dry gain in order to have a better comparison between the two plugins. I also added a longer decay for this particular comparison just to have a better feel of the reverbs. Here I have a song of mine that we'll use to make our comparison test, so let's listen. So what I'm hearing so far, they sound like the same reverb, but with slightly different settings. And you saw that I could not adjust settings to be exact. Let's listen some more. Man, I just love these reverbs and how they add richness to the piano track in such a clean way. I don't know about you, but I'm just getting lost into these reverbs. Let's listen to the end section. And there you have it. This is how the two reverbs compare. But let's address the main question. Do they sound similar? Before I'll tell you my honest opinion, if you liked this review, please help me grow this channel by subscribing so that we can grow together. Thank you in advance. So does the VSS3 Native sound like the VSS3 from Powercore? In my opinion, from my tests, they sound like the same reverb, but with slightly different settings. They add the same richness to the material in a transparent way. And if you ask, which one do you prefer, Adrian? Honestly, at this point I like the VSS3 Native version, slightly more. It sounds to me just a bit more natural. But again, this may be the result of the slightly different settings. I have about 2 weeks to trial it, so I'll test it on different material. But the bottom line is that I love both versions. Now, in case you have the VSS3 Powercore or TTM versions and you want to buy the native version, you can upgrade here. So, this is it for my review for the native VSS3 from TC Electronic. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, please subscribe for more audio production tips and content like this. And of course, get your free cheat sheet so that you can improve your mixes and masters in less than 10 minutes. Until next time, stay cool and make great music.